Hey everybody, good evening. It is April 4th. Believe it or not, we are already in April and it is our um, Good Vibe Tribe team webinar. So welcome to all of you that are brand new coaches. If this is your first call or if this is your first replay you're listening to, congratulations on joining the team and making such a great decision to be a Good Vibe Tribe coach. You are part of such an incredible, I feel very unique, maybe I'm biased, but I feel a very unique, loving and supportive and really fun and exciting opportunity and fit family, if you will. So the best way for you guys to get started is just to start your Beachbody Challenge. Hopefully most of you got your all access pass. So as soon as you get your Shakeology in the mail, pop it open, start drinking a shake a day, bust your containers out, look through your meal guide, use the first 30 days to just, get killer results on your challenge. Go all in, follow it to a T. Do any emails that your coach has sent you. I know most sponsor coaches are going to send out an email that walks you through getting your business quick start done, also called the first 30 email, as well as a couple other steps like getting on our team website. Start practicing the vital behaviors of coaching. This is to invite, which I always break down to attract, connect, and invite. So it's just reaching out to your friends, inviting them to join the challenge group with you and be a part of this amazing community, whether it's to coach or be in the challenge. It's totally up to you. 2 is to be a product of the product. That is you pressing play and drinking your Shakeology daily and getting results like it's your JOB, because isn't that pretty awesome that it's kind of your job to like get fit? It's freaking awesome. 3 is personal development. Stick your nose in a personal development book or audio for at least 10 minutes a day. I highly recommend starting with either The Compound Effect. Eric Worre's Go Pro is an incredible book. Get Over Your Damn Self by Romney, something. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Your coach will help you decide which book you should really start with, but all of those are fantastic. Also make sure you're doing recognition, and recognition is just really reaching out to individuals and letting them know you see them and that, if they're doing something great, show up for them and just build trust with them, because this is really just a relationship business and keeping connections high. So make sure you're always adding people to your network, talking to new people, and inviting them to be on the challenge with you. Make sure you get on a Getting Started Right call with your coach. It's an opportunity for you guys to set goals together and then also get into a coach training. Those of you already on the Good Vibe Tribe Success Club board this month, Moira Casaba already at 8 points. Jasmine Jonty already at 6 points. And at 4 points, Amanda Leonard, Kaylee Simpson, and Margaret Schwenke. Those of you on the board, almost there. You just got a couple all access to go. Aria, Melissa, Kelly, Wendy, Shannon Seth Ward, Sarah Roberts, Ellen Browen, Lisa McKenna, Glenda, Shannon Maudsley, Sarah Ellen, Amy Rottinghouse, Allison Odom, Renee, Casey Brown McLeod, Cece Davis, Suzanne, Courtney Sharp, Angela Fox, Lauren Acton, Molly, Courtney Burton, and myself. And these numbers were pulled today. However, sometimes it takes about 72 hours for your Success Club points to reflect. So if you don't know what Success Club points are, you get 2 points every time you help somebody get on a challenge pack. You get 2 points anytime you help somebody get set up on a Shakeology home direct order. So basically you get points for helping people, and then those points turn into, well, you get commission, so they turn into dollars, but they also turn into prizes and a bunch of other things. Like we have our annual trip every single year that you can earn. This year we're going to Punta Cana in just 20 days. Our top producer, top coach last week was Moira Casaba with 1,148 PV. PV is personal volume. It stands for anything that you purchase yourself through Team Beachbody and anything your customers purchase from you. So, generally Shakeology Home Direct is 90 PV. So if you're seeing coaches with more than 90 PV, that means that they're selling product and they've got customer retention. This is a good thing. That is money in the door. That is commission. That means you're changing people's lives. You're helping people. And you can also reach out and give those people the opportunity to join the team, whether it's to actually actively coach or at least just to get the savings. When I got started as a coach, I was like, I'm never going to build a team. I'm not going to do that. That sounds really networky, but I don't want to do it. And what my sponsor coach had pointed out to me is like, well, you got a handful of your girlfriends drinking Shakeology with you now. They're all doing this challenge with you. Are you going to continue to take $32 of theirs every single month, which is the commission on Shakeology, or are you going to invite them for the opportunity to join the team so that they get the same savings you do? And I was like, oh man, stuck between a rock and a hard place. So it was like, okay, I'll build a team. And little did I know, it's the coolest thing ever. They got the savings. I still get cycle bonuses. I've met so many amazing people. And then to see the ripple effect go out of how many people's lives it actually changes from a health standpoint, a lifestyle standpoint, to even finding financial freedom, it's truly amazing. So congratulations, Team Moira. And those of you also with a lot of PV this week, Heather Guthrie in the 900 Club, Jasmine Jonty, 800 Club, 700 Club is Melissa Miles and Cynthia Grossclose, 600 Club, Sarah Ellen Lackey, 500 Club, Bethany Brodigam and Lee Whitaker, 400 Club, Shannon Seth Ward, Maggie Marlowe, Megan Holmes, Rachel Vasquez, Christy Whitaker, Darren O'Donnell, Ellen Browen, Tara Pickett, Erin Hopkins, and Christine Copeland. Congratulations, babes. All right, rank advancements. You want to rank advance your business. If you're hanging out and you're not rank advancing, you are not working hard enough. You really do need to rank advance, because that is how, A, you're going to earn more income. That's how you're going to move your business forward. That's how you're going to take it to the next level. So those of you that have rank advanced to Emerald this week or just recently in one of the weeks previous, I wasn't sure if everybody got shouted out on here. Shayna went Emerald this past week. I think you say your last name is Schliewitz or close to that, because that's my sister-in-law's last name. So I think you're really close to that. So congratulations. That is awesome. Maria McCord went to Emerald. And then Lori Sparrow, I think, went to Emerald a week or two ago. I'm not sure if you got your shout out, so I wanted to make sure you're on the board. Maybe you got 2 shout outs. Lucky you. So why do you want to be Emerald? Emerald means you have a coach on your right leg and 2 active coaches, one on your right, one on your left. It makes you get a rank advancement where you're going to get a $14 cycle bonus in addition to the commissions that you already get. So you're starting to build your team. You're also, if you're in Success Club and you're an Emerald coach, you're going to be part of the Leads program. So make sure you go into your Coach Online office and figure out what you need to do to be part of that. There is, if you go into the Beachbody Coach FAQ, it gives you the whole 4 videos you can watch on the Leads program. But leads are customers generated via Beachbody, they might come in from Hulu, they might buy something on Amazon, they might buy something on the Beachbody website. They come in from all different areas and they need a coach, and Beachbody gives those individuals to Emerald coaches that are in Success Club. So if you want free customers and free commissions, rank advance your business. I also want to make sure that Sally Caldwell got her diamond shout out. I'm pretty sure she did, but just in case, I'm always trying to pick up any pieces that I may have dropped. So diamond is one of the biggest, most important milestones of your business. It means that you have a team. You've got at least 8 coaches on your team. 2 of them are Emerald, so they're starting to build teams. You've actually got some leaders rising up. And it really is the foundation of where your business is going to go and when you start to build leaders. So you get an $18 cycle bonus. You move into all of our sort of exclusive diamond clubs where you get to start to talk about like the stuff you guys don't get to hear about on the team page that you're always hungry for. Like if you're like, hey, wonder about like this or that or the other, I'm not even going to say things. I know some of it's income related. Some of it's like the next rank advances that you can achieve. Some of it's rewards, prizes, and trips and that sort of thing. If you want to know about that stuff, get your booty to diamond, get in the club, and then you're going to learn all about it. So congratulations to you, Sally. I believe that puts Jolie McLeod also in 1-star qual. So that's cool. Up and coming things you guys should know. Right now we're hosting a phase 1 and a phase 2 coach training. So if you are looking to get in coach training, it's 14 days consecutive of training and you're not in it now, you've only missed a couple days, get on in. It's fine. So Heather Swear is running phase 1. Shannon Seth Ward is running phase 2. These are 2 amazing diamond coaches you want to learn from. So make sure you get enrolled. We also have the Empire Diamond Run happening right now. So hopefully you guys got enrolled in that. And those of you that are finishing out the March Diamond Dash from before, hopefully you're enjoying that. That's so many great trainings in there. We've got our All Access Challenge Pack. It's $160 in the US, $186 in Canada. Plus we have a Kickstart All Access Pass. Anytime you see the Kickstart All Access Challenge Packs or any Kickstart Challenge Pack, it means it comes with a 3-day refresh. So it's $205 in the US, $237 in Canada. Super Saturdays coming up April 8th. That is this upcoming weekend. What event are you going to? So there should be a little chat box. Why don't you guys open up the chat box and write where you are going? Let's see if anybody's going to write in the chat box. Charleston. I see a Charleston. Can I confirm that the commission on the 160 all access is $50? I believe it is I don't know. I can't confirm that. You can look in Coach FAQ. Usually so as a coach, you earn between 25 and 40% commissions. You get a 40% commission on anything club membership. That's Beachbody On Demand. You get 25% commissions on anything in the Beachbody store. And I think it's 36% on challenge packs. So go ahead and do the math and figure out what 36% of 160 is. And then you can let us know. It's probably somewhere around $50, I'm guessing. So we've got Edison, New Jersey, and Charleston, Santa Rosa. That's so awesome. I know it's not your first one in San Diego. You know what, Raina? We don't even have one in San Diego this month. So be happy that you've got one in Santa Rosa. So you guys keep popping in where you're going. I want to make sure that you guys are getting to this. I will tell you, if it weren't for me getting to my first Super Saturday, I don't know if I'd still be here. I'll be so honest with you. I got to that Super Saturday event and I was seeing people who had lost over 150 pounds and how many lives that this was impacting. I was meeting, some of the coaches that were on the top 10 panel that were individuals who I had seen go under these massive transformations that had been broke and bankrupt and depressed at parts of their lives. And to hear their story and to recognize like, hey, we're all just people. And honestly, I would look at people and be like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too. And that's the attitude you have to have, because you guys, I'm not going to say there's nothing special about the individuals who are succeeding in this business. I think every single person, every single one of you is special. But the people that are succeeding are just doing the work. And you guys, I'm pretty sure in your life, you've been taught to do hard things and you can do this. So just buckle down, do it, and get your booty to a Super Saturday. I don't care how far you have to drive. I think I had to drive like 2 hours to go to mine the first time, and it was so worth it. So do it. Those of you that hit Success Club 5 or higher this month, those qualifiers are going to receive a branded backpack. Also, for those of you going to Punta Cana, make sure you hit Success Club. Is it 10 or is it 14? By the 14th. I just posted it in the team page a little bit ago. Maybe somebody can look in the team page and write it in the chat box. But if you're in Success Club, I think it's like hitting Success Club 10. Somebody already wrote it. The next Super Saturday, that's a good question. I'm not quite sure, Corinne, because they're skipping it around Summit. So I think it'll be in the fall. So I think we're just doing 3 this year. So make sure you go. Yeah, so Aaron said Success Club 10. So hit Success Club 10 by the 14th. If you're going to Punta Cana, make that your non-negotiable for 2 reasons. One, because you're going to win a photo op, and you're not going to want to not have that photo op where you get to get your photo taken with the celebrity trainers. Those are awesome for promoting what you guys are doing and showing people that, like, hey, you're not just working out on a video, like you're working out with these people and you know these people and they're like your homies. So get in there and earn that. But also, those of you going to Punta Cana, I can guarantee you're not going to want to be stressing your Success Club points at the end of the month, because you're going to want to be on vacation and you're just going to want to be building momentum and sharing your awesome lifestyle as a coach that got to earn a trip for free and travel. You're just going to want to be sharing that, and that'll build momentum for the next month. So get your booties in Success Club. And also book your tickets to Summit now. I was going to book in at the hotel that Moira booked in with some of her coaches, and it's already booked out. So I booked in at the Troubadour. I know. I booked in at the Troubadour Hotel, which looks beautiful. And I booked a room for myself, and it's got 2 beds, and I booked a room for my success starters. So, that's the benefit of you guys hitting success starters, running with your business, rank advancing. Your coach is going to look out for you, and they're going to say, see, if you're like building a business and doing the thing and doing the hard work, we're there to help you along the way. But you got to show up and you got to earn those things. They don't just come all willy-nilly. So book your tickets to Summit now. Things are selling out. Hotels are selling out. Airbnbs are selling out. So make sure you do it. I want everybody there. And now those of you that are going to Summit, you've got to reverse engineer your goals. So I want every single person on this team that is already a diamond to be walking across the stage at Summit this year and getting the recognition they deserve. So if you want to walk the stage as a 1-star diamond coach, and those of you that are 1-stars, if you want to walk the stage as a 2-star diamond coach, you've got to start your qualifications on May 11th. So once you get to diamond, moving forward and rank advancing from there, you have to hold your next rank for 6 weeks. So that means to get to 1-star, you have to have a diamond on your team that holds their diamond rank for 6 weeks. That considers you a lifetime 1-star diamond. So please, two things. One, do it. Two, those of you, no matter what rank you are, you have to understand how vitally it is important it is that you are keeping all of your coaches active. And I mean, yes, people are going to fall off here and there. That's absolutely going to happen, especially when you have discounters that are like giving Shakeology every single month. But that is why you really got to make it your non-negotiable if you want to grow your business, to be adding new people to your team every single month. I always say add at least 3 to 4 coaches a month minimally. And that can be people that you're upgrading, people that are joining the team as a coach, people that joined as a challenger and they want to become a coach, anybody. But you've got to be filling in those gaps. All they need is 50 PV. That's not a lot. And you don't want people to fall active, and you certainly don't want to fall inactive if you have if you've rank advanced your business, because you have a little piggy bank growing that you guys might not know about. You've got these rolling cycles that are adding up. And so you can tap into those later when you start rank advancing. So, or when you start building your business more. So please just make sure everybody's active. As you look, check your sponsorship drill down every single day, you guys. If you're building a business, check your sponsorship drill down. You can let your coaches know if they're falling inactive. I'll tell you, I've reached out to coaches that I'm like, hey girl, do you know that you're falling inactive this week? You just need 5 more PV, or you have 0 PV. And people have literally said to me, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm reading on my next Shakeology order and I didn't know why it's here. Oh, it's because their credit card changed, or, you know, their credit card got bounced back, or it went into, they had some, you know, fraud on their card and they forgot to change it. So you've got to be, you know, this is your business. You've got to step to the plate with the customer service and make sure that you're reaching out. Don't be scared. So if they don't want the product, they're just going to tell you, they're going to, oh, I just put it on hold this month, or, oh, I canceled it. No big deal. Then you sign up another coach, or you see how you can help them get, you know, restarted. But ultimately, you know, you're just bringing new people in, you're reaching out, you're making sure everybody has the best customer service possible. Anyway, back to the whole subject. You need to start your qualification for Star Diamond by May 11th. That means you're going to wake up on June 15th. You're going to be a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, whatever it is. You're going to be walking the stage at Summit. Those of you that are not Diamond yet, make it your goal to get to Diamond by Summit, because I don't know when the requirement is for the land cards to go in, but I'm guessing it's sometime at around June 15th, probably June 15th. So make sure you are Diamond by then. I mean, make sure you're Diamond now, but make sure you're Diamond, because I don't want you guys showing up for Summit and you're not Diamond. I will tell you, you're going to meet a lot of people there, a lot of success partners. And they're going to take you more seriously if you show up and you have the lanyard that says you're a Diamond coach. They're going to be like, I want to team up with that person. They're a business builder. So do yourself that justice. And I think that was my last slide. So I'm going to, let's just double check. I think so. Yep. I want to turn it over to the women who are presenting tonight. We have a couple, actually 3 amazing Diamond and Star Diamond coaches presenting tonight on Team Together Rising. So Erin Hopkins, Jennifer Hines, and Heather Swear are all sharing. I'm not even going to lead into it. They're going to give it to you all right now. So I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic, and whoever is talking, go ahead and unmute yours.
Can everybody hear me? Yes? All right. Okay. I'm setting a timer because I don't want to talk too long. So anyway, I'm Heather, and I'm a Diamond coach, 1-star qualifying. So I wanted to talk a little bit about like me and how I got to coaching, because I think that kind of plays into how I built my coaching career, or how I'm building it. So anyway, I grew up as an asthmatic, and I took a ton of medication. Like, I just lived on medication, and you name it, I probably took it, from gooey stuff to powderies to inhalers to everything. And so, but I kind of maintained a life because my parents, like, we lived a healthy and fit lifestyle. So I was able to kind of maintain the asthma, even though I took a ton of medication. So when I went away to college, you know, college was really fun. You were like freedom, and you were going out and eating in the cafeteria, and I fell apart, and my health fell apart. And I literally like could not breathe enough to walk to class. And my mom had to come down and take me to this pulmonologist. And like, I literally carried this inhaler with me, like everywhere I went. Like, I was taking it so much that I would like steal my brother's like little canister and put it in his, so that he would be out and he'd get his prescription refilled and I would have like medicine to shake. So anyway, my mom came down and took me to this pulmonologist, and I was taking like, I think 9 medications at the time. And he looked at me and he was like, you have to make a choice. And which was kind of the first time that a doctor had said that to me, because most of the time the doctor's making the choice and he's writing the prescription and telling you what to do. And this particular guy was like, you have to make a choice. And he said, you can choose to keep taking all this medication and you'll probably spend the rest of your life sitting in a chair and watching life from a chair, or you can choose to start building up your lungs and try to get off this medication that you're so dependent on. And he's like, it's your choice. And I was like, well, and he's like, and I'll arrange for the handicap van and take you to class. I'm like, well, that's not cool. Like, I'm in college. I want to walk with my friends to school. And he's like, well, you know, what's your choice? And I was like, well, I choose to, you know, get strong. And he's like, all right, you need to start running. And I was like, running? I'm like, I can't even walk. And he's like, well, that's how you need to build your lungs. And so I literally would go out every day and I would go from one telephone pole to the next, and I'd have a major asthma attack, and I would take my inhaler, and that was like the end of a single day, and I ran. And then one day I'm going to run to that bridge. Well, I finally got there. It was a quarter of a mile. It's kind of like my health condition. So anyway, I went on to become like a 3 to 6 mile runner, and, you know, life was good. I got married and I had kids. So that was kind of like the first part. Like, I learned your health, and I learned that you have to make a choice and that you have to stay consistent with it in order for it to benefit you. And so then when we had children, that was kind of the next part of my life. I decided to stay at home. And, you know, our children were all 4 years apart. So we had a preschooler for 13 consecutive years. So in the beginning, it was like really fun. I was like, oh, we're going to the park and meeting for coffee and meeting for wine. Well, then, like, you know, year after year, I realized that I was like losing my identity because, you know, now I started to have a child that was like in grade school, but then I still had a preschooler, and then I had this baby, and I was like driving a kid to school, coming home, taking another kid to school, and then I had a baby, and I was cleaning up and watching Sesame Street, and then we were picking up a preschooler, and it was like this revolving. And I was like, you know, on the surface, I was married, or I am married, and, you know, happily married. I have 3 amazing kids. I've got a great family, blah, blah, blah. But inside, I was like in this like mommy hole, and I was like, everybody's like, oh, you're so lucky. And I'm like, I don't feel lucky, and I feel really stupid because I don't even turn a TV on. I wasn't reading newspapers. Like, I was like stuck in this mommy world. And so that was like when I was like, what am I doing? And so with that, I went for a physical. So the doctor's a friend of mine. I go bebopping in there thinking it's for this physical, and he calls me up and he's like, we need to talk. And I was like, okay. Well, I flunked like everything. I flunked my blood work. My iron was low. I flunked my bone density. I flunked my mammogram. And I was like, okay, that wasn't what I was like hoping for. But with that, I went for this mammogram, which I continued to fail. So they put me on this like 6-month watch list. And that was when I just really realized that I needed a purpose, because I wasn't really worried what they were going to tell me in like 6 months, but what I was worried about, and I thought about every single minute of every single day, like even when I was sleeping, was if I died, like what was run the Chicago Marathon? And my husband's like, that's can't, can people hear me? You can't, like, you don't run further than 6 miles. But I was like, no, I'm going to do it. And like, I told myself in my mind, like, I'm going to run this marathon. And my friend and I were going to run it together, and she wrote a training plan. And we decided we were going to stick to this plan. We were going to be consistent with it and stick to it. And we set our mind to it. And so we did. We ran the marathon, and I also decided I was going to run it on behalf of St. Jude, which was kind of like another thing about goal setting. Like, at first I said I was going to raise 1,200, which I did. And then I said I was going to raise 2,000, and I did. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to raise 5,000. And because like I set that goal and I wrote it down, I raised $5,000, and I crossed the finish line sub 4. And, you know, I was like, okay, if you put your mind to something, you can do it. And if you, find a purpose, you can accomplish it. And so I had been documenting on social media. And that was when Moira, my cousin, reached out to me, and she's like, I think you should do what I'm doing, which is kind of important because she's my family, like she's my cousin. And I had seen her post on Facebook about health coaching. And I was like, wow, that looks really fun. But I would never have picked up the phone and been like, hey, I want to do what you're doing. But luckily she called me and said, I think that you should look into doing this. So it's important, I think, for people as coaches to realize people wanted you to call them and ask them to participate, whether it's a challenge or a coach, because a lot of times people don't think it's something they can do. So luckily she called me and I was like, all right, tell me about it. And she's like, oh, it's super fun. You just have to hit SC5 every month and, it'll be fun. So I was like, all right. So that was like my mindset. I'm like, I'm going to hit SC5 every month. And I got a really cool gift in the mail, a Success Club gift from her and a thank you note. And I was like, this is fun. And I'd get these random checks that paid for my manicure. And I was like, wow, this is kind of fun. And so during that time, and this is like another thing, like people tell me like, oh, I don't have time, or I got this, or I got that. But during that time, my mom fell and broke her pelvis, which was kind of traumatizing. My brother was getting married, and his wife, who was 36, was diagnosed with breast cancer. And, so I had all these things going on in my life, but I was like, no, I'm going to hit Success 5 every month because I want that really fun gift in the mail. And so that was like my mindset. Like I set that goal and I set my mindset. So I kind of continued on that way. And then like something really tragic happened in my life, and my brother lost his child. But the point is that I still stayed consistent with hitting SC5. Like that was in my mind. I was like, I could have totally have crumbled. My life could have totally fell apart. But I had set my mind to hitting SC5, and I made the time to hit SC5. And that was kind of my coaching mode for a while. And so, I stayed consistent with that, and that was working for me. That was where I was at in my life. Like SC5, this is what I need to do. I'm going to do it. But then I kind of realized like, oh, wait, I want to reevaluate what I'm doing here. And I realized that my purpose, my why was wanting to help people, but my purpose had now shifted from just having fun to wanting to make a business. So my journey was kind of spread out over like months, like almost a year, from going from this is fun to I want to make a business. And, in the beginning, I kind of felt a little guilty about it. I was like, well, that's kind of like weird to make money off of helping people. But then I was like, well, a doctor helps people and he gets paid. A teacher teaches kids to learn and she gets paid. So why shouldn't I get paid to help people? So that was like when I kind of shifted my coaching mindset. Like I want to run a business and do this. So, but I think the point is like, even though my journey has been slower, like I had a plan that I stayed consistent with, and I also stayed true to who I was. So even though I wasn't bringing on massive numbers of challengers, I wasn't losing challengers because I was me on my social media. And when they were in my challenge group, they still got me. I was the same person. And so I think that's kind of important too, is regardless of what your system is and what your goals are, you have to stay true to you and stay true to your plan. But then I also think you have to plan, you have to do, and then it's okay to review your plan and maybe like improve your plan, which is kind of what I did. I planned, I reviewed, and then I decided to improve. So I've been coaching for, I guess, a little over a year now. And so now I'm kind of in the business mode, but I do use a bat every day, which, I like the bat because it gives me like the mindset, like I have to invite people, I have to, post, and it kind of keeps me on track. But I'm also a notebook girl. Like I like to go through my notebook and, like I know that this girl's studying for the bar. I know a lady's getting married and she wants to look good for her daughter's wedding. So I like to kind of keep notes, and then I can kind of flip back and review that, like, a couple weeks later and go back and revisit it. Like, hey, how's studying for the bar? How's the wedding going? So anyway, that's kind of my story. You have to kind of figure out your plan and stay true to your plan, and don't get caught up in what everybody else on your team is doing. Just because you might be the turtle and not the kangaroo doesn't mean you're not going to get to the same place and be somewhere that you want to be. So it's not hard, guys. You've got the one that you can listen to all the calls in the world, but the one thing, I swear, consistent. You've got to stay consistent. You need a notebook, you need a phone, you need a pen, and you need a personal development book, and consistency, and you will be successful. So that's all I got. I hope I didn't go over it. I tried to set a timer. Am I done? Can anybody hear me? Okay.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm up next. Thank you, Heather. When Aaron and Heather and I were kind of talking, we wanted to kind of definitely talk to you guys about consistency. And Aaron and I feel like Aaron is my biggest cheerleader. Her and I have been talking, and she's been kind of cheering me on along with Moira and my other teammates, just trying to help me get to team leader. And slowly been looking at my volume over time, and it's been so inspiring. And I really kind of, last year, I'm Moira's sister-in-law, so she had invited me to start with her back in August of 2015, and I joined her challenge group and was one of those people that didn't really see the value in Shakeology because I had tried it before and didn't like it, and she said, let's try it one more time. And so I tried it and fell in love with it like most people do, and then talked to Moira and my other sister-in-law, who was a coach, about just signing up for the discount. People started seeing my transformation, which has truly been like an inside-out transformation, and started as a hobby coach. And then by December, I think I had signed up my friend Tara, who's on the call, I think. And then by that point, I signed up Tom, and then I was Emerald, and kept watching Moira grow her business. And I kept thinking, at first I was envious, as I think we all could be, but through personal development and just watching her with her huge heart and leading our team, I was like, well, why not me? Why can't I be, building this business and working towards financial freedom? And part of my why, and Moira asked us in our team group this today, part of my why is I brought a huge burden of debt because of my doctoral degree to my family and to my to my marriage, and it's always been this deep pit in my belly, and I never ever thought in my life that I would ever get out from under that. Just working my 8 to 5 corporate job, with a little 5%, 3 to 5% raise every year. And now I finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, that this could be my way out to kind of have financial freedom and just be able to get that debt paid off and I'm not having that over my head anymore. So that's one of my whys, in addition to just building a wonderful team and just this great support system and just helping people and pay it forward. So that's just a little bit about me, but, just looking at Moira and the way that she leads, I'm just like, well, why can't that be me? And, watching these stories on YouTube and, watching the people build their teams, I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. So I started dipping my toe in, and then I must say that, the Diamond Retreat that Moira took us all on in January really kind of lit my fire. I mean, our team even our upline team is just amazing. And, but all last year, I was much like Heather, kind of a slow start. I'm just one of those people, and I'm trying to teach my coaches not to do that, absorbing all of the information before I start inviting. So that's why I missed Success Starters. My first couple of months was because I kept wanting to know everything first and be comfortable with it, and I still wasn't comfortable with it. But I'm a Success Club All-Star for last year, hitting Success Club between 5 and 9 every month, and now I'm hitting Success Club 6 to 10. But just the thing that I can tell you guys that is consistency is key. I mean, I have wanted to quit. I've reached out to Moira and said, I hope you won't be upset with me if I quit. And she's like, no, but I think you need to continue just for your own journey. And that's what my husband has said too. He's like, even if you don't make any money or Success Club, keep doing it, because it's what fuels your fire. It's what makes you happy. But one of the things that I did want to share, in addition to kind of my team leader story, is just continuing to follow up with people, guys. I mean, I've been doing this now since August of 2015, and there's people that are never liking anything on my page, never commenting on anything, never responding to any of my messages, that are finally sending me emails and finally sending me messages saying, hey, can I join your group, share more information. So they're watching. Just don't give up on anybody. And the other thing is, don't prejudge anybody. There's so many people that I haven't invited because I'm like, they're already fit. they're already doing something else, but they may see something in this opportunity or benefit even more from this opportunity than I did. Just because they're fit doesn't mean that they might not need like the personal development aspect or the sense of community or the team building or financial freedom. So don't prejudge anybody, be consistent, do your follow-ups, track your business. And it's interesting, I think I'm not going to steal Erin's thunder because I think she's going to talk a little bit about this, but I set my goal as team leader and sorry, my phone's going off here. For team leader, and I started in my mindset in December, kind of playing around with it. And at that point, I was like, I don't think I can do this probably till the end of next year. And then in January at the Diamond Retreat, I was like, damn it, I'm going to do this. And at that point, my week leg volume was 1,200. By February, it was 1,800. I ended March at 6,500 and am team leader. So it's consistency pays off, and just getting a couple of builders on that weak leg and kind of re-engaging my team, and it's been amazing, and it's lit my fire, and I just can't say enough about it. But consistency pays off, guys, and I think Erin's going to share her story because we're ending up at kind of the same exact place along two different paths, and there's not a right path or a wrong path. It's all what works for you and what you're comfortable doing. I do work full-time in a corporate job, so and have 2 little kids, so I did what was comfortable for me and could fit into my schedule. I work, my business in little chunks of my time, but the end result is pretty close to the same. I would say that Erin's income is probably more than mine, but mine is now almost doubling close to every month right now, which is pretty cool. So it's being consistent. So I think I'll pass it off to Erin now, unless there's anything else. But thanks, guys.
Hi. There's something about Jen that just like gets me teary all the time, even if it's like she didn't even like share anything that was really emotional, but she just like gets me. It's strange. So I have spoken on this call quite a few times, and so I'm not gonna go like fully into my story. For any new coaches on the call, I started in July, so I'm like newish to coaching. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 toddlers. I have 3 kids, 3 and under, so I'm really busy all the time. I have very limited childcare and no family in town. And I was a personal trainer and just like got lost in postpartum depression and the mommy fog and just like needed something else. And Moira like came and swooped me up and saved my life. So that's just like a little bit of the background. I have a super addictive personality, and I like to win, and I like numbers, and I like being at the top. Anyone see why Moira and I get along? So this is how like Jen and Heather and I all did it differently, but in the same, like, this is why this call is cool, because Jen's 2 coaches away from being a 1-star diamond qualifying. Heather Swear is in qualifications right now. I'm a 1-star diamond. We are all in the same place, and we just went about it really different. And I'm just kind of an all or nothing person. And when I went into this, I was like, I watched Moira. I got to play Follow the Leader. I saw the empire that she was building and how many people she was helping. And I knew that I wanted to do it the way that she did it. And that's not for everyone. And that's why this call is cool, because you can see Jen didn't hit SC10 until January. We went to the Diamond Retreat and she's like, I hit SC10. This is my first time ever. And it was like this big celebration. And with that being said, she realized she could hit SC10, and she's pretty much hit it ever since. Like there's a whole mental shift there. But I saw Moira's numbers. I knew that I wanted that. And I just kind of went gangbusters in the beginning. My second month, I was at SC62. We were in like the number 2 in Team Cup. And I made like $1,200 or something, just like a little over $1,000 in my second month. I was still I think I went Emerald, so I wasn't even a diamond coach yet. And here's the thing about Beachbody is they're so smart because the way they teach you how to think about the rank advancement. So like, obviously the first month, everyone should hit Emerald. Like Emerald is not a hard thing. This is how you open your business. Then they want you to reach Diamond. Amy Silverman didn't hit Diamond for a year. You know, like this can be as long as you need it to be, but Diamond is only as hard as you decide that it is. And I just decided it wasn't going to be hard. Like Moira did it in 3 months. I'm going to do it in 3 months. So I did it in 3 months. And they don't even let you. So we're all talking about team leader because we're all going to go on this team leader trip and it's really exciting. But you shouldn't even consider team leader until you are a strong Diamond. And that is why this whole system is just smart, because they make you build a stable organization, and then Beachbody gives you the next incentive to build the best income you can, which is to build your weak leg. And I know that if you're new on this call, you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? I know that this is like super complicated. But I love trips. Like I stay at home and like my husband he's at the freaking Masters right now. But like he gets to go on all these like glamorous things. And that was like a big part of my why. And so the San Diego trip was dangled in front of me, or us, our team. And we were supposed to qualify for team leader at the end of the year. They ended up extending it until March. And so a bunch of us have qualified and are going to San Diego, which is incredible. But I decided that I was at a stable Diamond, because you don't even consider your legs or how to build income in team cycle bonuses until you're at a stable Diamond. And I was like, there's no reason why I can't get on that trip. And my weak leg was not high. It's like 2,500 or 3,000 or something like that. And for it needs to be 5,000 PV, which is, double. I needed to double it in a month. And I was like, I can do this. So you guys, I have been busting it. Like I want to get on this trip. I wanted to be Moira's first team leader. Like that is just how my brain works. And I didn't get there, but I have been busting it and like pulling really high numbers. And every month I'm like 1,000 points closer. And so then I see Jen, who's like not even close. I'm like, oh, you want to get team lead? I mean, I'll be totally honest. I love her dearly. I'm her biggest cheerleader. But I was like, okay, you're at 1,200 and you want to get team leader by March? Like that sounded like kind of impossible to me. And I just think that she is the most amazing. I have been busting it. And it took me 3 months to get there. And I started in a different place that she did. But her consistency over this like 15 months or whatever she's coached equaled out to my like gangbusters, because there's just more than one way to do it. And that's really cool. And I'm like a little bit of a tough love kind of person. So I hope this doesn't piss anybody off. But like I saw that board that Meredith just posted and I wasn't on it. I wasn't on it. I haven't done anything this month yet. My PV last week was low. And like that lights a huge freaking fire under me. That just makes me want to be on the top of that board for next week. And I know that we're not all wired like that, but I feel like that this is where Jen and I like totally complement each other. And it's so freaking cool to see, because like, for instance, Jolie, who is my Diamond coach, and she's 1-star Diamond qualifying, is like just a baller. Like, she just pulls these numbers that no one can even see. And I have watched people like let it shake them. And I just feel like you have two choices. Like we don't have to go about this the same way. There's, as Jen and Heather and I have just showed you, there are different ways to get to the same path. And you have two choices to let the people like Jolie and Moira and me sometimes shake you. Like I just got a little bit like, about that board that Meredith put up. Or you could just let it fire you up and use that momentum and get where they are, or get close. Like we are a team, and like, I know Moira's team is called Together Rising, and like that is what this is all about. Like Jen and I, who are on totally different paths, are checking in with each other like every other day. We both know each other's goals. She's not even my accountability partner. Like we're just on this team of women trying to rise up together. And And it's been cool to watch it happen in different ways. Yes. So I've been doing it 8 months. They've been doing it. Heather's a little over a year, and Jen's 15 months at SC5. I've been at SC15 to SC60 every month. And our income's not, I don't think it's that different. We both hit team leader in the same month. So my point is that, like, you can go different paths and all lead to the same place. I spoke on Barbie Kalev. Am I saying that the right way? She's like, to me, like Beachbody celebrity. This is Sagi's wife. She's like Beachbody royalty. I don't know. Was she like the first coach that has ever been a Beachbody coach? And she's a 7-figure earner, which she said on the call that I spoke on. It's like very public information. And she was sharing my income, which I'm at like a little over $3,000 a month right now. And she told me that, so she's a 7-figure earner. And she told me that at 1 year, at her 12th month, she made $1,250 in her 12th month. And now, I don't know how many years later, she makes 7 figures, whatever that means. She didn't say the number, but she makes 7 figures. She makes millions of dollars. And I just thought that was like kind of cool in this same conversation. Like, she didn't start fast. I made $1,250 in my second month, and she made it in her first year. In her 12th month, the end of her first year. So I just think it's really cool to look at that and not be discouraged when you feel like you're not at the top of your game. You know, you can be discouraged and be pissed about it, or you can just use it as motivation. And I think that sometimes everybody just needs a little bit of a gut check. But anyway, watching Jen has lit a fire under me. To see somebody go from 1,200 PB on their week leg to 6,500 in a month and a half. If she can do it, you can do it. Like, if any of us can do this, we can all do it. So you just need to hear stories like that. All it took for her was a couple of builders on her weak leg. You know, like, your situation can change like that at any second if you're just consistent and put in the work. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me look at my notes and make sure I didn't miss anything. Yep, that's it.
I want to say you guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh, to see you guys all on this call is unbelievable. And I love the stories, you know, and like the different paths. And that's where I've been today, because I was on a call with Barbie today and Josh Spencer. And like the whole conversation was about excuses, you know, the excuses that people make, whether that's, I don't have that outgoing personality, I don't have the warm market. I can't tell you how much I hear, and it gets me so mad that that when I get a coach on our team that isn't in Charleston, they're like, well, I could be successful if I lived there. I'm like, you know what? No one was here when I started. And it never crossed my mind that it was a negative that Meredith lived 3,000 miles away from me. I thought it was a positive, because I was like, awesome. I just got this SoCal team that's like my people. Like, everything was a positive. Like, every single thing, every excuse you have can be turned into a positive. Everything. You know, it's like, it's just the people that are going to be successful in this in the long run are the people that don't have excuses. And the other thing that I see about all of these women are that they saw, like, they went through the muck, like they got over the bumps and they just kept going. And there's going to be a whole hell of a lot more bumps in the road, as there are for me. And they just kept persevering, and like, they're very aware. And we all have these conversations. Like, Erin will call me up and be like, you know, you're such a bitch. You have 8 points on the board, you know? And I'm like, just totally laughing about it. And then last month I was at SC4 on like the 20th. I was like, oh my God, you know? And so like, you recognize the jealousy, you laugh about it, and you allow it to fire you up. I know that's Heather Swear's story to a T. And I'm, you know, I don't think this is not something that I shouldn't say. When Erin and Jolie came on board this team and like gangbusters started crushing it, there was a whole lot of like envy for that, because people had been here a while, and then all of a sudden they just came in with such a strong start. And what I love about Heather Swear's story is that she was literally like, well, what the hell am I doing over here hitting SC5? Like, it was just like, it just raised her bar. She was like, why am I not doing that? And that's what I saw with Josh Spencer. Like, the first call I was on with him, I was like, oh, I want to do that. Like, I don't know how. I don't know anything about this. I don't know what a team cycle bonus is. I don't even know what a challenge pack is, but I want to do that. And even today, being on the call with him, like, be inspired by greatness. So he was saying today how he was like, I wanted to be a 7-figure earner. And I literally, it was like a moment. I was like, oh my God, that's what I want. Like, vision change, just like that. Like, screw the 6-figure earner, because I'm been there, done that. Like, I got to change. I got to lift the bar. And to hear their stories, and to hear, I had that same conversation with Barbie today. She's like, Moira, I don't even know how she knows how much money I'm making, but she was like, do you know that you're making she either said 3 or 4 times as much income as I was making when I was at your point? And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I'm just going to throw out there to the call that my goal this year is to make $2 million a year. And I'm just like sweating, like, oh my God. Like, if you bag out of this game, the coaches that are in your future, they're going to go to someone else, and they're going to build someone else's dream. And that is truly what we've all seen with Jen. It was like slow, consistent. And that's what I saw with Heather Swear too. Like, 1 or 2 coaches. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to start blowing it up, and to start hitting team leader, and start hitting 1-star, and then you hit 2-star, and you open up a second business center. And I mean, Jen's like texted me the other day. She's like, so I might be 4-star by the end of it. And I'm just like sitting there, like smiling at this text. I'm like, holy shit. You were like a diamond coach, like with not really, like, almost dropping diamond constantly. Like, we're always saving it. We're always talking about how we can save a diamond in December. And now she's like, so I might be 4-star. And I'm like, oh my God, And there were definitely times where Jen and I had that conversation where she came to me and said, I don't want you to be disappointed or upset that, like, I don't think I can do this. And I just, from a financial and a business standpoint, because that's my mind too, I'm like, you can't stop, because even if you do the bare minimum and you're here in 5 years, you're going to have a 6-figure income, like 100% guaranteed. So the people that like decide to quit, I mean, it's heartbreaking. But I'm like, what do you not understand about this, people? Like, you don't have to hit SC20. You don't have to be a 9-star diamond. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can just be slow and steady under the radar, and you're going to get there. It's the compound effect. So don't give up. And you've just got to like smash those obstacles, and those excuses. It's heartbreaking when I hear people with the excuses. And that was the one thing that Barbie and Josh were saying today. She was saying about Josh, she's like, he's the one human being that has never given me one excuse ever. And he's had like major health problems, major stuff, come his way. And he's never had an excuse. And he's like, I don't want to be that guy. I will always overcome. And I'm like, I want to be that person. And, those excuses crop up for me too, but like, I've got to just beat them down every single day. And my business does the same thing. I was in like a total lull and just like feeling the loss of momentum and like the loss of passion for like a little bit. It always comes back really quick for me. But because it comes back because I'm talking to enough people that it takes one conversation from one potential person that I'm like, oh my gosh. And this is the beauty of the business. This is going to completely change your life. And this is going to make all your dreams come true. But the coolest thing in the world is going to make all my dreams come true. Like, this is amazing, and it takes one person, but you got to be having 50 to 100 conversations a month. Like, that's where the work comes in. And that's where the consistency comes in. And I'll get off my soapbox. Mary, you want to wrap it up?
Oh my gosh, what a fantastic call. I love hearing from you guys. Fire starters for sure. This was a great call. So I will export the recording and have it up. There's a couple moments left. Let's just see if there's any questions in the chat box. I think I was the last one to comment. If you're on the call still, I think there's 23 of you on here. If you have any questions for either Heather, Erin, Jennifer, or Moira, and you've got fast fingers, type them in right now. Otherwise, we're going to close this puppy up because they just dropped the mic. For sure.
Hey, I want to pop in with one more quick thing really quick because this is super exciting. So I know I've been talking to a lot of my coaches about feeling like they have difficulty recruiting, which even corporate will say you'll get good at hitting Success Club. You'll get good at, like recruiting is kind of the last thing you can kind of get good at. And even for me, I feel like that's always a struggle. So we have Brianna Headley who recruits a ridiculous amount of coaches. She's going to be on the call in a couple weeks. So just kind of plant the seed in the back of your head. So Brianna Headley's going to be on talking straight up recruiting, one of our calls in April. And we just got Josh Spencer. So Josh is going to be on our team call on April 18th, which is freaking huge, you guys. Huge. I'm so excited about that call. I think it's April 18th.
So awesome. That's literally who spoke that lit Moira's fire. The first time that she got on a call that she was like, I'm doing this thing. It was Josh.
And now they're like besties. She's like, yeah, I was talking to Barbie and Josh and.
Well, and let me just tell you really quickly, how full circle that, and not to talk about myself, this is for you guys. So Josh and Erin's doing this too. So we're helping with the Empire Diamond Run. And so I got on the call today because Josh was talking and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to hear him. Because it was him who changed it was just a light switch for me, and absolutely 100%. So I'm on this call, sitting back, with dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, probably, 50 to 100 people that are all brand new coaches or emerald coaches. And I'm sitting there like a fly on the wall being like, that I was one of those people 18 months ago. And now I'm leading a training with him. The most mind-blowing things can happen in this business in such a short amount of time. But you got to have the heart and you got to have the hustle. I mean, that whole heart and hustle thing is 100% spot on where it's at. And it was amazing, but it was also really it was just kind of, I hate to say disheartening, but I was sitting there going okay, so who's going to be the 5 out of these 100 that are standing 18 months from now? And you got to ask yourself that same question. There's probably a lot of new coaches on this call. Are you going to be here from a year from now? And you got to make that commitment. You got to make that commitment. And Meredith says it all the time. And I think Raina O'Dell says it all the time. Commit to being here in a year. Your whole world's going to be different.
Word. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, Heather, Erin, Jennifer, and Moira for sharing tonight. You guys are thebomb.com. Team Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income or success from the Team Beachbody blah, 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 income disclaimer, just because we talk money. And have a great night, you guys. And I'll have this up tomorrow. Bye.